Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure for me to see you all. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sherlyn Gavenka. I'm an undergraduate student of Information Systems from Bina Nusantara University, Jakarta. Today, I will present my own team to have a presentation about our research report, which is about an idea to develop a digital crowdfunding platform for artists and content creators called Artopia. But before we begin with our presentation, first things first, I would like to explain about the background of this idea. The rise of the creative industry in Indonesia nowadays has become a momentum that Indonesians have high interest in arts. There have been digital-based artists sprung up, like illustrators, webtoon artists, content creators like YouTubers, game developers, and many more. And artists nowadays can even promote their own artworks through social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or maybe YouTube. And people could easily access the artist creations on the internet. Here I will provide a mini case about the American comic industry. As we know about it before, the American comic industry has been dominated by Marvel and DC as two famous publishers for superhero comics. Comic authors working under this company's name will get honors as commission and copyright guarantee. However, this can be a trick for newcomers and indie artists because they will lose in the market competition. Comics which the creator only retain ownership and less editorial interference cannot live up as Marvel and DC did. Most artists sold their own artworks online to gain more money. Also, they could use this opportunity to promote themselves and to gain more fans. We know this as an acknowledgement. Artists mostly use art sharing platforms as their own portfolio. And here I will provide some examples of popular online art sharing platforms like DeviantArt, Pixiv, and ArtStation. However, artists nowadays sometimes faced by these problems. The first one is about monetary issue, how to get commission under the works they have sold. And the second one is about copyright issue, how to protect their own artworks from irresponsible people who wanted to steal their works. In order to solve those problems, so we can provide a solution that can be implemented by most artists called crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is a new phenomenon of collecting money from various sources, and it can become an effort to gather roles or contributions from a larger community. The crowdfunding can be applied in any kind of fields, including arts, and to reach the number of desired potential funders. Project owners usually build online crowdfunding communities either in social media or related crowdfunding platforms. And the crowdfunding in the field of arts itself is usually done by collecting funds from fans and other artists as a support. A crowdfunding activity which usually held by nearest relatives is called fan funding. Fan funding can be an alternative for artists to gain more support because the strength of a relationship can affect the timing of funding. Subscription-based crowdfunding is a crowdfunding model where funders have to subscribe the artist account in a certain amount of money. Many indie artists and content creators have begun to adopt the subscription-based crowdfunding model as an alternative to grow a dependable community, fund content productions, and help in growing revenues. And as a project owner, an artist usually creates an account in some platform that contains their works, while their funders or their fans will typically support the artist per creative output of a certain number of times in a month. One of subscription-based crowdfunding platform, which I will provide this as an example, is called Patreon. So this Patreon is a platform usually used by artists to help them gain revenues through the works they sold. Patrons or the Patreon users will send support to an artist in the form of money. And to give support, patrons will have to subscribe a certain artist to a subscription program. The crowd patronage has been a key in supporting artists. As the pioneer of crowd patronage platform, Patreon is established to solve the problems related to art copyright and piracy. Here I will provide a quote taken from a research by Sorks about core patronage intermediary skill graphics and relationships, which says Patreon provides a subscription-based system in which fans can pledge an amount of money to support the artist. In return, Patreon itself will take a 5% pledge from those patrons as a profit. Next, we are going to the introduction of our application idea, Artopia. So, Artopia is a subscription-based crowdfunding platform which focuses on arts. And the name Artopia itself consists of two words. First is art and utopia. And this application will be available on mobile platform. Also, this application has these main features like to post artwork and gain support from another artist or fans. But this application is only available in Indonesia region because there are so few similar platforms can be found in our country. So that's why we hope that this application, Artopia, can help newcomer artists and content creators in Indonesia to show off with their works. Next is about the previous research that we have done in order to complete this report. So the first one, we have the theory about copyright license. So one of copyright license that we usually know is called all rights reserved. A copyright owner or artist has reserved all the rights granted under the copyright law. And the artist can own all of one of exclusive rights of copyright in the work. Because all rights are owned by an artist, so other people cannot claim or adopt the artist's works without permission, so that it can represent the originality of the artist's works. Next one, we have this theory about Creative Commons. So here we have 6 kinds of Creative Commons license. First one is Creative Commons by attribution. It's to let people distribute, modify, and adapt someone's works commercially as long as they still crediting the artist. Second one is Creative Commons attribution share alike. It's to let people distribute, modify, and adapt someone's works commercially as long as they still crediting the artist and license them in a new identical terms. The third one is Creative Commons attribution non-commercial. It's to let people distribute, modify, and adapt someone's works non-commercially, and it has to be acknowledged by the artist. The fourth one, Creative Commons attribution non-derivative, is to let people reuse the work for any purpose, but they cannot be shared with specific audience and have to provide credit to the artist. And then the next one, we have Creative Commons attribution by non-commercial share alike. So this is the combination of two licenses. It's like people can distribute, modify, and adapt the artist's works non-commercially, as long as where they credit the artist under a new identical terms. And the last one is Creative Commons attribution non-commercial and non-derivative. It's where people can only share the artist's work as long as they credit the artist and cannot be used in commercial way. Here I will provide a table about the differences between Creative Commons license, which I take from the internet. So from this table, we can see that there are 6 kinds of Creative Commons license here, with its own 5 differences parameters in copying and publishing, attribution required, commercial use, modifying and adapt, and changing license. Next, we have these laws. First one is about the laws concerning the donation-based crowdfunding in Indonesia. So there are 2 kinds of laws. And then there is also the laws concerning the copyright regulation in Indonesia. One kind of law here. And for the next part, we are going to the UML of Artopia. For the first one, we have this use case diagram. So here, you can see a member as a user have this kind of use case to create registration, login, view works, create payment, create works, and create membership plan. And then there is also the class diagram of Artopia. So here we have 5 classes: member, works, membership detail, membership plan, and payment. And each classes has its own primary key and related with each other. So finally, we are here to discuss about the UI preview of our application, Artopia. For the first one, we have the sign-in UI. So this is how the sign-in form will looks like. User must sign in into the application before using it. And here you can see that there are three kinds of sign-in methods with Google, with Facebook, and with Artopia account by typing username or email and password. If a user didn't have an account before, so he or she must create an account first through this sign up button. Next is for the sign up form. So this is how it will looks like. To become a member of Artopia, so users should fill out the sign up form. The data required for sign up are username, name, email, password, and confirm password. You can customize your name later, but you cannot do the same thing for username because this will be permanent. Next is for the homepage UI. So here you can discover various users' profile. And if you click one of the user's profile icon here, you can see their profile too. And then we have this search button at the top of the screen if you want to search for a user. Next is for the profile page UI. So here in this profile page, it shows the user's personal information like name, username, the job, social media accounts, and then there is also follower numbers and sharing button. Then we have also this supporter goal script, Utopia supporter goal script, and status message. This is customizable. And then a user can also customize their own profile icon, cover, and color theme like this. And for this plus button, if you click it, you can adding a post like this. This is how the post edit will look like. And this is for the upload works form. So the files supported for upload are image, GIF, video, and sound, and there's no number limit while uploading works. And then you have to select this audience tracking and explicit content button by clicking it on or off to protect your works from minor audience. And also you have to select the copyright type here and the membership plan category because this form is mandatory. Next is about the profile page UI, but this is how it will looks like for users who haven't been a member of Artopia. So as you can see here, a user who haven't registered into Artopia account cannot see another user's account. So if your user wanted to see an artist post, so the post will be locked like this. And if you want to unlock it, you have to subscribe this artist first. Once you click on the locked post, like before, on the previous slide, the user will be automatically directed into the payment page. So this is how the payment page will look like. And the price shown will have the same nominal as membership plan package, which already assigned by the author or the artist before. And after that, you have to choose one of the payment methods available before submitting your payment. And this is for the choose membership plan UI. So members of Artopia can customize their own membership plan like this, because the membership plan is used for each artist or members to get access to another artist. In other words, you have to give support or patronage in form of subscription to another artist if you want to access their art posts, like I've told you from the previous slide before. And this is for the customizing membership plan form. So here you can customize for the title, the price tag. Here the price will be available on Indonesian rupiah only. And then there's also a duration set, the description, and payment method. The payment method available is in digital payment like GoPay, OVO, Dana, and Link Aja, and also bank transfer. Because these payment methods are supported in Indonesia region. And finally, we are here for the conclusion. So, from this presentation, we can conclude that a crowdfunding platform can be used by artists to interact with fans of another artist. And the primary motivation of doing crowdfunding are monetary gain and to build personal connection with audiences. Artopia is a subscription-based crowdfunding platform which allows artists to gain support from their complex of fans in form of money through a patronage. And the users of Artopia can upload works as many as possible and customize their own membership plan. To view another artist's profile, a user should subscribe the artist first, and the payment provided for subscription is in form of digital payment and bank transfer. So I think that's all about my presentation. Thank you for your attention.